Salute. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Peace and power. May God bless. All praise due to Yahshua, Allah, and everybody out there, no matter where you be, no matter where you at. For all my returning subscribers, I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing your time with me. That's highly appreciated. And for all the new subscribers, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate that. Strap on the seatbelt, lock in. Let's do it. And PSA for all the haters out there. My content is not for you. Unsubscribe, not interested, don't recommend. I mean, you can still watch, but you can unsubscribe or hit not recommend, don't recommend, or not interested. All right. So let me get into this. And again, my videos are not to offend anyone. We all going through something. We all going through something. So lately, over the last 18 months to 2 years, when I pay attention to the news and certain things on YouTube, I'm starting to see when violent acts are being committed. As they say, random attacks. This was random. The suspect just randomly sucker punched. The suspect just randomly knocked someone down. The suspect just randomly attacked someone. I'm starting to see and hear that's connected to mental health. And I'm confused when someone does something to someone and it's mental health. They're running away from the crime scene. They got weapons, knives, guns, sticks, bats. So for that to be mental health, I'm confused. Because they're actually leaving the crime scenes? After they commit these random acts or random attacks, they're going back somewhere, a shelter, someone's home, or their home, or family member's home, or a fiance's home, or a wife home, or a husband home, or a significant other home. But they have mental health issues? But mentally something is not right? And I'm also paying attention to when it's mental health issues. These people, when they do get arrested, they being let go. They're not given the treatment that's needed. Or they're getting bailed out. People are saying, you know what? We can't get them the necessary treatment that's needed, but we're going to bail them out and make sure they can still be amongst society, amongst the masses. We're not going to get them the necessary help that's needed, but we're going to make sure they're not locked up. They don't need to be incarcerated. I don't think anyone needs to be incarcerated. However, when you do something and definitely it's random and the person or the victim didn't say anything, didn't do anything, they're just going about life and they're randomly hurt, harmed, or violent acts committed against them, it should be some sort of ramification and repercussion. However, when people are being let go or bailed out, you're helping the person commit these acts. And now I have to question if the person has mental health issues. I have to question that. Not the fact that it can be mental health. If that particular person has mental health issues, and should they have those issues, they need to be given the help necessary immediately. Immediately. But we have a lot of cities and or states putting funding up for things that is not relevant right now. Helping people that don't need the help. Helping industries that don't need money. Pouring money into industries that's not needed right now. And how can we live as a society when someone can be hurt, harmed, or attacked, and mental health is the reasoning or the excuse? Well, this happened to this person because the person who did it is suffering from mental health. Okay, if that's being known and said, make sure you get the necessary help immediately. This can't linger on for months, for years. This can't keep happening because more and more people are getting randomly hurt, randomly attacked. And I'm going to get right back to the mental health. I want to go to the other side of the spectrum now. For the people that's not suffering from mental health and they harming, hurting, stealing, unaliving people. We need to work on this as the world. Send those people that have all that energy, send them to go fight in wars. Send them to go defend the country. Because obviously they're not going to stop when they see the ops, or they're not going to stop when they pissed off or they fed up or they get emotional and they want to unalive family members or unalive a person who's running the business or unalive a person who's going about their day or going to work or looking to feed their family. Or they're going to smash and grab someone's business. Don't matter if they're going to get jewelry, clothes, shoes, whatever it's going to be. Because obviously, when someone gets arrested, apparently people got bail money to bail people out constantly. Apparently people could just be let go, even if they did something 6 times within 1 month or 10 times within 3 months, they getting let go, or they giving no bail or a low bail, and they're getting bailed out. And if they can be bailed out, that money could be given to them for some of these acts to not be committed. Because if you can bail someone out for 10,000, 5,000, 7,500, you could invest that money into a business. You can invest that money into, if they do have mental health issues, into getting them the help that's needed. All I'm doing is paying attention. That's all I'm doing. I'm just paying attention. So for the media or for certain people to say, well, this person has mental health issues, okay, and they go through something, they're getting bailed out. That money could be put into getting them the necessary mental health they need or mental help they need. But I'm learning that people don't want to get people the help they need. They want to make excuses for when things happen. And we all have things in our lives or family members in our lives that may need help with housing, with food, with shelter, with clothes, with money, with mental issues, with emotional issues, with psychological issues, with communication issues. And we may know that, we may ignore it. So now we're going to let them roam amongst society and let the world or society or the government deal with it. When as 96 to 97% of the world may say, well, the government don't care about society or humanity. because we all going through issues. We all fighting for whatever we deem the right thing or we deem we need. You could be making X amount of money, but you may be fighting for more money. You may be fighting against hunger. You may be fighting against crime. You may be fighting against poverty. You may be fighting against the government. You may be fighting against your employer. You may be fighting against your wife or your husband or the education system or a corporation. Whatever it is, we all fighting for something or against something to make it better or to sustain it, to keep it going so we don't have to lose out on it. So this notion of mental health, every time someone gets hurt or harmed, no, we can't lock them up because they have mental health issues. And again, I'm not attacking people with mental health issues. I'm attacking the fact that that's being utilized as an easy route for people not to go to jail or for people not to pay the penalty for a violent act randomly committed against someone. That's just living their life like that other person was just living their life. And if we're going to use mental health for crime, like I said on my other video, why we can't use it for child support? That causes anxiety. That causes mental distress. But I'm understanding and I'm learning it's only utilized for when it benefits the people that don't want to do what they need to do. So for certain prosecutors or for certain DAs or for certain cities or states, we're going to say this happened to this person because that person was suffering from mental health, and we're not going to get them the help that's needed. We're going to say we're going to work on opening up more facilities for mental health, for trauma, and so on and so forth, and it doesn't happen. And we're going to say we care on the whole, but nothing's being done. So until it affects Jane Doe or John Doe, bottom line, nothing's going to happen. Do I believe people suffer from mental health? Yes. Do I think it should be used as an excuse when someone gets randomly hurt or attacked? No. Do I believe the government should put the necessary funds up? Yes. Do I believe the government have the necessary funds to put up? Yes. Do I think the government will? I doubt that because everybody else is worrying about things that's irrelevant. Everybody's crying, oh, we need this, we need that. Food prices are too high. Gas prices are too high. We got to fight for equality for so many various different things, so many various different cultures and communities. Oh, well, the black culture need more. The Asian community need more. The Latino community need more. The Jewish community need more. Can't say this, that's hate. You can't do this, that's discrimination. You can't speak out against that, you get canceled. But someone can commit a violent act against an innocent person, and the run to now is mental health. That's the run to. No, that happened because mental health. They got pushed on the train tracks, mental health. They got randomly punched, mental health. They was looking, or they did, unalive. 4 family members, mental health. I'm also paying attention to a lot of these mental health situations. People don't want to do nothing to themselves, but they want to do something to other people. See, when I was going through mental health crisis, I was my own victim. I wanted to do something to myself. Not no one else, just me. Because other people, first of all, didn't understand what I was going through. Second of all, they didn't cause this trauma or whatever I'm going through. So why would I want to do something to somebody going to work or somebody looking to feed their family or somebody minding their business or somebody not aware of me being behind them or next to them? Just going to randomly hurt them? I got that much trauma. I got that much self-inflicted wounds that I want to hurt someone else. So this whole notion of when something happened, 75 to 85% of the people now have mental health issues. Like I said, and they may get bailed out when they do get arrested. And I'm not mad at that. However, why is that money not being utilized to invest into the necessary mental health that they need? Why is that not happening? Like, okay, Jane Doe or John Doe did this. We believe is mental health, whether that's the DA, whether that's the court system, whether that's the family members of the person who committed said act. They'll get on the TV screen and say, well, they've been suffering from mental health. Okay, you bailed them out of jail or they home now. Make sure someone stays active with that person and get them the help they need. Don't turn your back or don't step up now that they're arrested or don't step up now that they hurt someone else and say, well, they've been suffering from this. Okay, you knew that. Do more to help out your uncle, your aunt, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your son, your daughter. But then when you question, people don't love their family or don't love their brother, their sister, their aunt, their uncle, their father, their mother, their grandkids, their grandparents. Oh, you don't know me. You don't know if I love such and such. Well, how is this acts being committed? And then people come out and say, well, they're suffering from mental health. You know that. Step up and help out. Or look to put them in a situation so they can get help. Because when it's something that we want, we ain't going to let up until we see results. So when you love your family or you trying to be there for your family, put the same energy, put the same effort. Can't always put pressure on the government that majority of the time we say don't care. We can't put pressure on certain industries and institutions that we saying don't care. Now, if you ain't gonna deal with it, or you're not gonna deal with the people or the parties involved, no problem. But if you're gonna be in it, go all out. Can't be halfway involved with it. You all in or you all out. At least if you all out, you ain't got nothing to do with it. Whether they get better or not, you ain't got nothing to do with it. But if you're involved with it, be involved with it all the way. Don't be halfway involved. Like, all right, well, I took them to get the help. They, the building I took them to, or the people I took them around, they didn't do their job. Really? Really? So this whole notion about mental health and crime, I'm just a little confused. And please, somebody let me know if I'm over exaggerating this. But I hear mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health. And again, I'm not making this because I'm upset or I'm singling out anyone, because mental health is a serious crisis in the world, not just in America, in the world. But that doesn't give people the right to commit violent acts randomly against people and there's no repercussions. Or when they do get arrested, they being let go immediately. Or they get arrested several times and be let go. And if that is the case, if mental health is real on that level where the person could be exonerated or excused or let go, when they're going to do it with other things, like I said, child support, that's relevant. Because not only myself, but I know a lot of men who mentally are drained from that, spiritually are drained from that, psychologically don't get how their money's just being taken. Their passport was stripped. They can't get a license. And they see not all, but some mothers just using the system to hurt them or to get their wages garnished. And they got to work 2, maybe 3 jobs to keep food on the table or to keep a roof over their head. And I'm not saying these kids shouldn't be taken care of. They should. But when violent crimes are being committed, mental health is a huge excuse for that. And some of those people are being let go or given low bails. In a lot of those child support cases, people are actually getting locked up for lack thereof payment or non-payment. And I understand some people may say, well, they made an agreement. That's here nor there. No violence was being committed. In some of these cases, I'm talking about mental health, violence are being committed. People are being severely hurt, injured, and they either giving them low bails or letting them go. But child support, no violent acts are being committed, and people are actually getting arrested or going to jail. That's a travesty. That needs to be worked on. That needs to be looked at. If mental health is as important as we're saying. Another thing about mental health is if it's as important as being stated. A lot of these children are suffering from mental health issues because they got too much of things that's not important in their face, in their lap, in front of their eyesight. It's too many apps for them to have to deal with. Adults burn out from always being on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, or Meta, dating apps. You got apps you got to download for restaurants, for Uber, for Lyft. If it's too much for adults, and adults could burn out, imagine what these children are going through. They got to keep up with rappers, actors, singers, athletes, schoolwork, their boyfriend or their girlfriend. And we wondering why these children have mental health issues? It's too much. So it's time for us to reevaluate this whole mental health issue, this whole mental health crisis. If we care about the children, if we care about mental health. But to keep using it as an excuse when someone gets hurt or violent act is being committed, it's time to reevaluate this whole thing overall. As I close out the video, thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate that. Make sure you got the notification bell on. And for my returning subscribers, God bless you, your family, your loved ones. And on the other end, again, my platform is not for you. Unsubscribe, not interested, don't recommend. My videos are not personal towards any group, culture, or any set of people. This is for the whole world to understand it's time to readapt and readjust and reevaluate things that we say that's relevant and or important. Peace, world.